Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, an era that's untouchable like Eliot Ness. A woman rides through a dubious town, capturing the attention of keen-eyed gunslingers lurking in every direction. Judging from her attire, it appears that this must be Wonder Woman in a different time and place. She goes to the bar for a drink, but one overconfident fellow keeps hitting on her. He tries putting his hands on her, but she quickly smacks him around. Fueling his wounded pride, the disgruntled man rallies his cohorts, and chaos ensues within the confines of the establishment. After Wonder Woman whoops them around, the man pulls a gun from behind her back, but his gun is shot away by the legendary Jonah Hex. Hex apologizes for his men's actions and invites her over for a drink. Impressed by her fighting skills, he calls her a wonder. To answer her curiosity, he explains that he got his disfigured face by trusting in the wrong people. Finally, he tells her he wants to restore order around these parts. In a sudden and harrowing turn of events, the town gates swing open, revealing the arrival of a hapless family. However, their passage through the town is swiftly marred by the merciless outlaws, who ruthlessly cut short the lives of both parents in a cold-blooded act. As their callous attention turns to the orphaned little girl, Wonder Woman, fueled by an unwavering sense of justice, intervenes with unwavering resolve. Wonder Woman stops a shooter, rises to grab the girl, and shoots a thug in the head. She gets to safety and provides comfort to the little girl who has just been orphaned. We're introduced to a new figure, Batlash. With a cool name like that, he certainly has our attention. The sheriff asks Batlash why he's stirring trouble with Hex's men. Sometimes trouble's got to be made, he replies. The sheriff says that neither of them has a dog in this fight. Batlash asks Wonder Woman what her name is, but she can't seem to respond. Hex and his men come bearing gifts, a cart full of dynamite that he sends their way. Wonder Woman throws Batlash to safety right before the cart explodes. Astonishment fills the air as the indomitable Wonder Woman emerges unscathed, without a scratch upon her. Hex follows up with gunfire before an injured Wonder Woman swiftly takes everyone out. Using the last present that he brought, Hex fires a Gatling gun right at Wonder Woman, but she blocks all of its bullets and sends a wheel toward the machine. Everyone is bewildered by the mysterious fighter and what she's capable of, except for the sheriff. He's angry about her involvement, which will get Hex and his man to retaliate, but Batlash disagrees with him and claims Hex would come anyway. Finally, with a supply house in the trouble-filled town, Wonder Woman plans to supply a distraction for the rest to go and steal some supplies. Back at the bar, Hex is furious. He claims that he will not show any mercy again. Suddenly, his men attempt to stage a coup. Hex calmly pulls out his watch and explains its story about how his grandfather carried it through a war. His father did the same, and he followed suit through the Civil War. He begins a timer as there appears to be a standoff between him and three other men. All the other men hurry to exit the bar as they know what's coming. After a long, intense standoff, Hex clutches the 1v3. It turns out that he tampered with the timer. Still clutched though. Under the cover of the night, Wonder Woman stealthily takes out two men like an assassin. But she finds that Hex has been waiting for her inside. He offers to strike a deal with her but tells her that he would need some convincing. Without wasting a moment, Wonder Woman strikes first, engaging Hex in a fierce battle. He fires a shotgun toward her, but she gets him with her lasso of truth. Unwillingly, he reveals an evil scheme they had of vaporizing everyone who would board an upcoming train. Batlash begins to escape with supplies he stole, and Wonder Woman stops all men chasing after him. She's finally fed up with this conflict and tells him that she's gonna end this once and for all. She boards the upcoming train and takes out all of Hex's men aboard before signaling for the people of the town to clear the area. Wonder Woman propels the train forward at breakneck speed, hurtling it toward the gang-infested town. In the aftermath of the cataclysmic explosion, she emerges from the fiery wreckage with an air of calm determination. Batlash, moved by Wonder Woman's courage and strength, implores her to stay, only to meet a sudden and tragic demise at the hands of Hex, who arrogantly declares that nothing will conclude until he permits it. An enraged Wonder Woman easily blocks all of his shots and swiftly subdues him before delivering a merciless beating, leaving him battered and defeated. Without a word of farewell, she rises and departs, leaving behind a scene of destruction in her wake. We're suddenly transported to a different time on a brutal battlefield. A gladiator like Batman is battling men using a sword. However, his skills prove insufficient as a formidable warlord overpowers and captures him. The warlord tells his men that a certain Deimos will be found and killed, which Batman finds funny. Deimos is a wizard they're trying to hunt down, and Batman offers to help reach his castle in exchange for his freedom and a little bit of gold. The warlord forces him to join the fight, or else Batman will be sent to the mines. Bound by chains, Batman embarks on an arduous journey alongside his captors, his fate hanging precariously in the balance. As their journey progresses, the warlord instructs one of his trusted generals, Maria, to venture ahead and scout the path while they establish a camp. Batman, however, suggests waiting until nightfall, a notion that perplexes the warlord. who reveals that in the realm of Scartaris, daylight is perpetual. Settling deep within the sheltered woods, Batman divulges the treacherous route they must take, a daunting journey across the treacherous desert of dreams, followed by a brief passage through the perilous Dragon Sea. He possesses limited knowledge about the fortress that awaits them, but asserts that entering it would bring certain death. They ask him if he's scared, but they must not know Batman. Batman explains that he only believes in weaponry and the evil that lies within every man's heart. The warlord replies that it's up to us to stand up to the evil, and suddenly Batman suffers from a surge of PTSD. Haunted by the maniacal laughter of the Joker echoing in his mind, Batman shares fragments of his past battles with his companions. He concludes that evil is as unstoppable as the rain and reveals that he was paid by Deimos to kill the warlord. Suddenly, loud animalistic sounds echo throughout the woods as a horde of rhinos rush them. Batman saves the warlord from being trampled by the barrage, but he is still wary of what the animals were running away from. A dinosaur? Unexpectedly, though, the warlord rushes it and guts it wide open with ease. Later on, they chop up trees to build a raft and cross the desert before sailing away. While they sail, something lurks in the water, a dragon. After everyone panics, they barely swim to shore and escape. Once they're on land, a mystical figure appears in the water calling for Batman before quickly vanishing. As they climb a mountain, a winged monster attacks them. What the heck is going on with all these monsters? The warlord's general is sent crashing down, but Batman manages to catch him and save his life. Maria makes a dive for it and stabs it before they both crash away. Eventually, they reach an open gate, but Batman senses that something isn't right. There are no defenses and the door is wide open. Ignoring Batman's cautionary instincts, the warlord's general rushes ahead, only to be instantly incinerated by a concealed trap. The warlord then falls, to despair, but Batman pushes on. He finds power cords somehow and disables the traps, but he isn't sure how. Now that it's just the two of them, they enter the daunting fortress. They step on a pressure plate that releases a deadly trap that already got someone else. The trouble isn't over, as their next obstacle is a minotaur that chases them around the labyrinth as they trigger yet another trap. By a narrow margin, they escape its clutches, only to be forcibly separated by a sudden barricade. This is just not their day. Warlord gives Batman the key to his chain, and Batman unchains himself and leaves Warlord behind. After all you've been through, Batman continues on the path until he reaches a gold room. He finds Maria as well as another prisoner inside. Turns out Maria survived the crash, but he informs her that Warlord is dead. Meanwhile, the other prisoner doesn't recall who she is. As Batman wants to abandon them, a bullet is fired that grabs the attention of the room. It is Deimos somehow carrying a gun, and Batman informs him that his mission is completed. He killed Warlord and is waiting to get paid. This was his plan all along. Deimos instructs Batman to execute the prisoners, but Batman's moral code prevents him from complying. Disappointed, Deimos takes aim at Batman's head, but in a surprising turn of events, the warlord emerges, having survived and slain the Minotaur. Taking cover from Deimos' gunfire, the warlord provides Batman with an opportunity to confront their mutual adversary. Eventually, he gets to him and the gun is empty. Batman hurls him away, but finally Deimos has enough. He uses his magic to blast them away and rise before transforming into a giant serpent, and the lasso of truth emerges from between the gold. Turns out the other prisoner is Wonder Woman somehow. She ropes the serpent and mounts it, but it seems that blades don't penetrate the beast. Warlord recognizes the gun and realizes that he's been trapped here for years. His name is Travis Morgan. He grabs the gun and shoots the serpent right in the head. The serpent transforms back to Deimos, who vows for revenge and vanishes. Warlord says that he needs warriors like them, but they need to find a way back. They just don't know where. Right on cue, a portal appears. But Warlord refuses to go back, intending to stay and help his people out. Batman alongside Wonder Woman depart this realm. We're taken to a new reality. This time it's a noir type of setting. Agent Kent, accompanied by his superior, Agent Faraday, embarks on a mission to investigate a peculiar incident. An unidentified object descended from the heavens, hinting at a potential extraterrestrial presence. Determined to uncover the truth, they commence their search by interrogating witnesses, leading them to encounter Officer Wayne. Wayne and Kent seem to know each other as they both blankly stare into the void. They get inside and begin to ask around, and everyone claims that they saw an alien ship. Wonder Woman is there, and she still doesn't remember anything. The witnesses suspect that the alien might be in this very room, hiding in plain sight. A sense of unease grips Superman, his composure wavering under the weight of the unfolding circumstances. He tells them to turn the jukebox off. But the thing is, it's already off. He goes to the bathroom to clear his head, and once he's out, He's met by Batman and Wonder Woman. They both tell him that they hear the music as well and that something is off. All three of them start seeing flashes of another scene. The witnesses suspect that they're the aliens because of their weird behavior, and one of them attacks Superman. Forced to defend himself, Superman inadvertently propels his assailant across the room, but it turns out that that man was the alien as he begins to transform into a beast. Plot twist: they're all aliens. The agents, along with Wonder Woman, fight the aliens and take them all out before even more arrive on spaceships. Our three heroes make their escape in a car as they begin to figure out that they're living in some kind of simulation. Chased by the aliens, they blow up an oil tanker to stop the horde that's after them. Ultimately, they reach a colossal saucer concealed within a warehouse, and remarkably pass through its seemingly impenetrable barrier. They walk through the ship and find themselves looking at a different alien inside. Suddenly, Agent Faraday materializes out of thin air, his abrupt arrival laden with hostility and suspicion. However, Superman, resolute in his adherence to justice, refuses to adopt such a course of action. In a twist of perception, Faraday's suspicions turn towards Superman, suspecting him to be an alien as well. He shoots Superman in the chest, but of course, it doesn't damage the Man of Steel. He retaliates and takes Faraday out before everything around them changes. The alien turns out to be Martian Manhunter. The elaborate charade they had experienced was nothing but an intricate illusion, masterfully crafted by the Martian hero. Batman, ever observant, remarks on the absence of color in their previous surroundings, a subtle clue that eluded their attention. A sudden thud is heard and they all hide. Alien guards walk in and begin torturing Martian Manhunter. Of course, the good boy Superman can't allow this to happen, and insists on helping, and they all fight. A fierce battle ensues, during which Superman inadvertently deploys his formidable heat vision, dispatching one of the assailants. They take all of them out and free Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter appears to know all of them and tells them that he's been living inside their minds for months, creating the illusions that we've been watching from the beginning. It was not by choice, though, as he had been enslaved by superior machines that enslaved everyone. It is called Warworld, an ancient planet-sized weapon that is powered by the hate and fear of the person enslaved. Martian Manhunter spent months calling for the heroes and trying to get them to snap out to come and save the day. All of a sudden the alarm is sounded and Martian Manhunter warns them that someone is coming. He tells them to get to the Zeta chamber, but Lobo arrives and shoots everyone, incapacitating them. Wonder Woman regains consciousness in an unfamiliar chamber, surrounded by an unsettling multitude of clones. She's joined by Superman and Batman, as Batman figures out that many of the prisoners are original versions, not clones. Suddenly, their outfits are lowered from above as it is nearly time to get to business. Martian Manhunter is dragged through the hall by Lobo, who tells him that he's going to face the boss, who's not happy with the illusions he's been putting inside the prisoners' minds. We're finally introduced to the head honcho, Mongol. He explains his origin story, how he was promised power long ago by the Warworld planet. He wiped out entire races looking for it but still didn't find the key to the power he sought. Finally, he found the remaining green Martian, but as it turns out, nothing John Jones. As the heroes don their iconic capes, Wonder Woman starts to regain a little bit of her memories and says that she can take them to the Zeta chamber. Meanwhile, Martian Manhunter endures relentless torture, his anguish broadcasted live to the entire populace of Warworld. Lobo generously grants Martian Manhunter a chance to get one last shot in at Mongol so he can go out swinging. At the same time, our heroes break into the Zeta room, but Mongol interrupts their escape by announcing the live execution of Martian Manhunter. As you'd expect, they refuse to leave him behind. In a transformative moment, Wonder Woman's lasso begins to radiate with an otherworldly glow, hinting at the emergence of her true powers, as well as the rest of the heroes. Back at the site of the execution, Mongol, incensed by Lobo's audacity, prepares to initiate his wrath. However, their confrontation is abruptly interrupted as Mongol's forces discover a series of disturbances rippling throughout the various levels of Warworld. Breaches occurred in rapid succession as the heroes unleashed their fury, obliterating everything and everyone in their path. Lobo reveals that he double-crossed Mongol, and suddenly the door starts to melt and the aliens prepare for our heroes' grand entrance. The heroes burst into the room, launching a devastating assault on Mongol's minions. Mongol fires his staff at Martian Manhunter. However, to his astonishment, the attack passes through the Martian, who swiftly teleports behind Mongol. A full-blown brawl ensues, with the combined might of the heroes proving too formidable for Mongol to withstand. Martian Manhunter, now free from Mongol's clutches, engages in a profound conversation with the White Martian, revealing that the key to the sought-after power was hidden within their own race. The civil war that ravaged their home planet made it impossible for either side to realize the existence of the key. Lobo is taking care of Mongol while Martian Manhunter merges with his counterpart. Harnessing their combined strength, Superman seals the doors so the aliens stop rolling in, and Martian Manhunter self-destructs the planet of Warworld. As everything is falling apart, a mysterious portal materializes, and a new hero emerges. She explains that all three of our heroes are needed, and takes them someplace far as the planet is destroyed. She finally gives a chilling warning that this is nothing compared to what's yet to come. Absolute annihilation of everything everywhere. This brings an end to the first part of the story. We cannot wait to know what the hell is about to happen in the next one, and hopefully get a glimpse of understanding. How did everything start? Why? Or where are they? So many questions. So little answers. If you want to find out, subscribe and stay tuned to the next part of the story. Don't forget to leave a like and comment to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me what you think about this film. Did you like the change of tone and the noir and gritty tone of the movie? Were you a fan of the different storylines and realities and the feeling of being kept in the dark at all times? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.